5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
With the Retro Rangers, Retro Rangers, Retro Rangers, Retro Rangers,
I can't believe I didn't put my camera where it's supposed to be. Oh my goodness. Hang on, time for the farting microphone. There we go. Hey, hi, it's Capt'n John. Welcome to Retro Rangers, the show where we really have to write something. Where I'm just gonna have to make it up. Welcome to Retro Rangers, the show where we watch old stuff with our friends, usually from the YouTube, and we sometimes jeer, but we sometimes cheer, and we are sometimes near. Which makes us very dear. And I hope that's clear. Oh, I can't believe I committed to that. I don't do it alone, of course. Capt'n John has his first officer, and that would be Commander Joe Townsell. Mr. Townsell.
Captain. Well, I'll tell you what, no, you don't do it alone, and I will say you are evidently a poet and didn't know it, but I will give you sole credit for that bit of poetry, my friend.
I am honored as always. There they go. Oh my goodness. So good to be here for Retro Rangers. Of course, this show has gone through so much, and here we are on our relatively brand new YouTube channel, where they can't get us. Maybe they can. I don't know. Good news. John Atkinson is here. Hello, and gooder news. Raphael is here as well.
Good news, Raphael.
And this week is definitely the week where I get a haircut. Definitely the week. It's gonna happen.
Okay, I was about to compliment you on your coif, and it still looks nice, but I thought it looked quite dandy.
Well, that's very kind of you. I trimmed the beard and did some selective shaving, and
right.
I washed the old mop, and because I wanted to smell nice for this one.
Oh, okay. You definitely want to look too punkish.
Exactly. We don't as oh my God, what's the actor's name? Like he's playing an Air Force officer in Spinal Tap. He's like, well, my hair's getting a little long. I hope I better not stand next to the band. They'll think I'm one of you. I love this. Atkinson says, I made it. I had to tear myself away from Suno AI. Suno AI. Thank you, Ralph. Yes, it is Fred Willard. Thank you. Suno AI is so much fun. Oh my gosh, so much fun. I totally get it. It's an AI that helps you write songs, and it's really good. Unlike most of the others I've tried, that one's really good. And it's a toy you just cannot stop playing with. Who's here to toy with us? Who's here to make us her willing, hilarious, entertained minions? And that would be that would not be Skynet. That would be one of my very favorite people on the whole planet. She is a super villainess, and yet I love her immoderately. And that, of course, would be our good friend. Say hello to PRIS.
Hi.
Hi.
My chaos is kindness.
It is indeed. Tonight, we are going to watch I would say infamous after school special.
Weren't they all?
Pris, is this an after school special you had heard of before?
This was an after school special that in the late 90s, my mom sat me down to watch.
Oh. So
And now we're
clearly
doing it.
it's like full
Sit down,
circle.
Chris.
I had always wanted pink hair,
Yes.
and a friend of mine had an older sister who was going to beauty college, and I'm like, hey, hook me up. And so my hair was my mom had bleached my hair.
So you were blonde.
So I was blonde.
Oh.
And so I came home and I had pink streaks in my hair, and my mom didn't notice for a full day. But
Uh-oh. I didn't mute it. Oh no, we lost your sound.
uh-oh.
Oh, there you are.
You have to give us that last bit again.
My mom was more upset at the money that she had spent on my hair than me coloring it. But yeah, I wasn't allowed to wear black clothes for like 2 years.
Oh my God. The days of punk rock, I'll just say this. The days of punk rock were begun and officially ended in the late 70s. I was there. I saw it. Now, I didn't have a huge love for punk rock because I'd actually never heard it. I'd heard of it. And a lot of times that was through the, we didn't have open media back in the day. You couldn't just go searching for things. You could only see what they put in front of you. And so they would tell us things were punk rock. And then we'd go, yeah, but the B-52s don't seem punk to me. Devo doesn't seem punk to me. And so I remember there being long conversations. Joe Townsell, you were there. Were you having conversations in school with people who were trying to discern between punk and new wave and whatever?
Well, not so much. You got to remember, John, that when I was that age, that I was in a pretty isolated little small town environment. And I actually, the first I heard of punk was not the music more so than the movement.
Right.
And I remember being on a family vacation to Arkansas, of all places, and hearing news reports. I think it was NBC, actually, basically warning us of the evils and the horrible things coming with the punk movement. And it was like delivered like it was the zombie apocalypse upon us. It scared me as a kid just listening to these guys. I go, what's with these people?
It's a very strange, sort of history. Like you can take it way back. The Ramones were out there in 1975. MC5s were out there in 1969. So, the movement built. But yeah, when the media got a hold of it, it all of a sudden became a big deal. So we would hear about the Sex Pistols. Oh, those Sex Pistols. But we know there was a lot of promotion there. There's a lot of
just to interject, the Sex Pistols are also essentially a boy band.
Oh,
they didn't come together. They didn't come together organically.
That's true. That's true. So Malcolm McLaren, am I getting the name right? If I remember the story correctly, Pris, and correct me, pick up the story whenever you can from me. Malcolm McLaren had a shop where he sold mad gear to the kids. And the kids were out there and they were different, they were doing things. It was interesting. and then he would slowly get to know the youngsters who were coming to his store. Creepy. And that's how we got a little bit of Johnny Rotten. That's how we got Sid Vicious, I believe. I like Atkinson. Nobody was punk until they played the Vats in San Francisco. I believe that. CBGB on the East Coast. Dead Kennedys, I dabbled. Speaking of San Francisco, I think they're a Bay Area punk band. The DKs.
Yeah, that shop that Malcolm McLaren partially financed was Vivian Westwood's. And if you know anything about even fashion, she passed a few years ago, but her fashion line still is continuing forward. But she was behind the looks of Adam and the Ants, and Bow Wow Wow, and to a certain extent, early Susie Sue.
Right.
So yeah, very like music. See, it's the thing, like music, fashion, and very, very extremely left-leaning politics are all of your punk, goth, alt rock kind of situation. They all very much come together.
It's interesting how much there was that's kind of branched out. Like I remember hearing about punk, and then I remember hearing about new wave, and that was a really big tent, and there were a lot of bands in the new wave tent. You had the Police, and you had Culture Club, and you had, I'm just trying to think of all the different directions that it went in. You know, there was I loved Wall of Voodoo. That was one of my favorite bands. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers were considered a new wave band. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. A lot of this was just rock and roll. That's the crazy part.
And the thing is, I mean, as I described in my experience, I was exposed not to the music, which a lot of it I love. But I'm kind of like, when it could have been one of the characters in our show tonight, you know, as far as the Afterschool Special, because I'm just being bombarded with all this stuff. And bless her, it took my mother to remind me, says, you know, when I was your age, people were scared of Elvis the Pelvis.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. My parents were very much like that. Yeah. They were like, oh, no, if you liked Elvis, you were dangerous when we were kids. Yeah. I remember hearing that too. Okay. What's great about this video is I tried it out, YouTube. I tried it out, all of you platforms. Do not ban us for showing this.
Please. Do not.
This made this is great from John, because I was the same way. I was way more new wave leaning, Pretenders, Talking Heads, Cars. Yeah, I loved The Cure. I loved Human Sexual Response. There were lots of great ones. I'm sorry, Pris, what were you starting to say?
Talking Heads. I mean, then you bring in like the whole New York art scene. I mean, that's its whole genre branch as it is.
Raphael also already has questions. Pris, did you take a straight shot of Hershey syrup?
Yeah.
I think because you're so sweet.
Thanks.
All right, my friend.
I watch my diet all week long. This is my cheat, okay?
Why fool the milk?
Milk is for the squares.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, come on. You don't have to dilute this. I'm sure you have a bag of unfinished Halloween candy still sitting in your house, okay?
Hey, I have an idea. Let's have a drinking game tonight. Every time we hear the word punk, everyone takes a drink.
Oh, I like it.
We'll see. Poor Chris. You go, John. There, yeah. You can take a bite.
It's just this. It's the same. It's the same. I'm not the middleman, and I'm not creating waste with paper wrappers. That's all.
There you go. And by the end of the show, you'll be bouncing off the walls, which we love to see. John knows.
Oh, I love our show so much. I love our
Sugar
show
is
and everybody on it.
People tuning in now may think we've already been playing a drinking game.
They might. Okay, so here is a video I love. First off, I did not quite understand what I was getting us into. This is 51 minutes of when the after school special, The Day My Kid Went Punk, appeared on Nickelodeon on a show they used to have, which I forgot all about, called Special Delivery.
Oh, that's going back.
Going way back.
Yeah.
So we have built into this, and I'm going to apologize up front, a ton of commercials. A ton of commercials and some Nickelodeon promos, and it is taking us back. And I tell you what, that can't be a bad thing. So here we go. We're going to watch Nickelodeon together. Here we go, my friends.
Oh, boy.
If you're going to do classical music, this is the piece.
You know, this guy looks boring. He needs to jazz it up a little bit. What do you think?
I love that Jay Underwood in this looks like, oh my God, what was her name from Stranger Things? The girl with the big glasses and the cowl neck. Barb. Underwood's looking a lot like Barb. Oh, thank you, Atkinson. Ina Klein and Knock music. Damn. I love that Craig Bierko's in this as well. Craig Bierko, one of the most wanted people on television, couldn't keep a job. Every show he ever did got canceled. He did pilots, they didn't get picked up.
What happened to that poor guy? I guess we found that there's not always room for cello, you know. Okay. Oh goodness!
So
Chris, please don't be disappointed in me.
it's the no judgment zone.
Oh, cool.
I think it is, Raphael. I think that is. I think wasn't the guy who's conducting, wasn't he in Fame? I think the movie, although maybe the series too.
Good. Oh yeah. I know. I remember this guy. I think you're right.
Wow.
Of course, we got to make the jokes we've already made about Love Boat Doc and Christine's mom and
Bernie
all
Capel.
that stuff.
Lisa? Lisa?
Dude.
Huh?
Hi, I was wondering if you wanted to go have dinner with us tonight.
Thanks. I'm busy.
You're
Oh,
boring.
no. Dissed by a violinist.
And he's obviously first chair, so he has no game.
I don't know, I think it looks kind of cool.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about getting my ear pierced.
Over my dead body.
Just make sure the needle is sterilized.
Harry,
You
played very well today. I think you're ready to try for
That's
first
him.
running next semester. That's great, Professor Steinberg. I know I'm ready. Are you going to play it all this summer? Yeah, well, I was thinking about trying out some rock and roll.
Oh,
Very interesting.
yeah.
See you next September.
Okay, bye.
Oh, it's 1987. You know, there's still a lot of shame brought to rock and roll.
I'm really not hungry, Louise. I had a late lunch.
I'm tired.
I know, honey. I had no idea it would end this late. Terry, would you mind if we celebrate
Late. What
another
time is it?
Mom, I'm leaving in the morning.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
It's 5 in the afternoon. It's past my bedtime.
It's okay. Maybe we can have my going away party after I get back.
Good sport, kiddo. Besides, I bet you haven't even started packing.
Middle child.
Okay,
You know, interestingly, I got my ear pierced in 1987.
Terry, would you take this upstairs?
I got
for me,
mine
and then come
pierced
back
the
with
year
me, Ham,
before.
And you too, Carl?
Did you really have a pierced ear, Joe?
I did it one time, yes.
Oh, wow.
Tom, this is your publisher. Remember me? The one who's publishing your book on crisis management for the little
Remember
guy?
the one who's publishing your book about exposition?
Refuses to turn in his manuscript, even though it's a month overdue.
I'm polishing.
Call me for Pete's sake. Better yet,
Tom, it's
Freddie
a good
Capell is
book.
polishing.
Send it
Uh-huh.
That's what they have editors for.
Yes, dear.
Besides, we could use the rest of the advance.
Louise, Professor Cameron here.
Your turn.
Congratulations. I read your paper, my dear. Why Children Go Punk will be the hot seminar of our conference.
The hot
Robert
seminar of our
personally to say
conference.
how much he liked the topic.
Thank goodness.
Call me when you get in. I want to review.
So I
with you
think
the
there's like a
issues
yuppie thing they're trying to tell us is going on
The
here.
man is
I was just thinking it's a very nice middle-class family.
He's so nervous about this conference. You would think that his job was on the line instead of mine.
Well, he's got a
Good
lot
role,
of
Johnny.
money.
Exactly, yes.
What? He's already department head.
Louise, this is the biggest conference your university's ever sponsored.
How much exposition does this family need?
And yours.
So
Right now,
much.
it's a real thorn in my
So
side. Terry, the salad is in the fridge. I'll be right back.
Why is Terry
I'm
there with the salad?
Look at that tiny table.
About maybe changing my look for the summer.
He doesn't want salad. He wants to bite heads off
just
a bat.
something different. A little funkier maybe.
Holiday, Daddy. Isn't it pretty? I was the only one who could spell Mississippi.
Oh, honey.
Carl, come on.
I'll be right there. That's great.
So the older brothers,
I was thinking maybe get
Terry just does look like he constantly wears his dad's sunglasses, like including the glasses.
in case I get into a band.
Hey, listen up, everybody.
Absolutely.
Here's my speech for the Young Men's Republican Club next week. Give me a listen. Tell me what you think. Good morning, friends.
So
I sure
his
met
older
the Young
brother,
Men's Republican Club.
his older brother is like the spare Alex P. Keaton.
I figured I have a better shot at getting into a band with a guitar rather than a violin.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'll be just a second, okay? Well, I go in with you, kiddo, but
But I don't care.
It's okay, Dad.
Okay. Call and tell us you got there, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Smack. Don't forget. Hey, look, there's some cool people sitting in the airport.
Yeah.
Boy, they sure seem disapproving.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have so wah, wah.
Man. How crushing.
He'll just add it to his manifesto. It's fine.
Yes.
You can hear the sound of the rope getting tighter and tighter inside of him.
What's in that bag? Did I miss something? Is
I
it a
think
tuna
it's a
sandwich
bag.
or something on white?
Is it a bag lunch? I think it's a bag lunch.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. I think it's part of his new look.
Oh, okay. So he's already got it in the works.
I think so.
All right.
Now he found an airport bathroom where there isn't a lot of sex going on. So good for him.
No, you're right. He's got his whole suitcase ready.
Mission Impossible Junior at this point.
Notice how the soundtrack kind of changed a little bit, became a little more ominous.
Oh. Yeah, that's that music that they used to sell beer in 1987.
Oh, was that a clip on, or did his mom just not notice the piercing?
I guess she didn't notice the piercing. Holy cow. Well, he does have pretty eyes.
Yeah. It's actually a good look for him.
Yeah, it's a good look. So I missed where he's spending the summer.
Oh, somewhere in the Midwest, I'm sure.
It's like Tahoe or something. One hand lazily playing a synthesizer.
Look at the old lady checking him out.
Action is amazing.
Everybody,
here we go.
I believe you know Lenny Kravitz's mother.
Yeah, hi. I'm Terry Warner, the new children's counselor. I'm supposed to see Mr. Smiley.
AKA Helen Willis.
Oh, really? Well, I can't wait to tell him. Have a seat. Thanks.
I can't wait to tell him.
So this is a job he already has.
Going to the governor's office now.
Warner's here.
Oh, good. Show him in.
What did his mother tell you about him?
Oh, I don't know. Not much. Nice kid, quiet, plays classical violin.
Oh, really? Well, a Ziggy Sputnik lookalike is sitting outside in the lobby waiting for us to hire him as our daycare counselor.
What are you talking about? Who's Ziggy? What's it? Show Warner in here.
And that's the Sig Sputnik reference that what?
In charge of our guest children. It'll be a disaster.
Okay. What's the matter with you? His mother's school is sending us the biggest conference we've had all year. Hi, Terry. Welcome to...
Hello, Mr. Smiley. I'm pleased to meet you.
Ah, yes.
Please.
No, that's okay.
Oh, nice to meet you.
This is Phyllis Brooks, hotel
It's
manager.
our big joke, too. He wipes his hand off.
Well, Terry, why don't you check in and go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning?
Great. Thank you, sir.
He's still kind of a doofus, isn't he?
Perhaps we cannot put a punker in charge of our nursery. The guests will be up in arms.
Seems like a nice enough kid. Phil, we cannot afford to risk losing this conference. It's been a slow year. I'll tell you what, we'll give him a try. If it doesn't work out, we have a legitimate reason to fire him. Can't understand why his mother never said anything about his looks.
Well, I can
fire him. It's nice to know that Wing Chun Kung Fu comes in handy. Well, these kids are out of control.
I don't think they're going to care what he looks like.
They're playing keep away with a bunny. This is insane.
Yes? That can't be the new counselor you promised us.
I'm afraid it is. Oh, no need to be concerned, Mr. Green, Mrs. Rose, Mrs. Saunders. He's a classical violinist, the son of a college professor, and he has the highest references.
No, he looks
Do they hire a
dangerous.
guitar player to watch the kids?
I assure you, Mr. Green, he isn't.
Oh no, he's gonna play some of that punk music. Hey, there's a guy playing music.
Wow.
I wonder if my life will change.
Oh, he's dreaming.
Or will it stay right here and always be the same?
We can't misbehave. This guy sounds like Peter Frampton.
My time will come.
This must be his night job.
My time is gonna come. My time is gonna come.
Woo.
My time is gonna come. My time, and it will be forever. My time is gonna come. My time is gonna come. My time is gonna. My time is gonna really come.
Okay, great. You
Oh,
got the
good
job.
punk
All right,
harmonies,
yeah,
everyone.
Friday and Saturday nights. Let's take it down from the top. Let's
Do
go.
they think rubber boy
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, she likes him.
Oh. Oh, very macho walk all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Well, certainly, Dr. Warner. I'll book 7 additional suites for your group.
Well, sure. I'd love to work with Renee Aubergenois. It's a comedy,
Now,
you
remember,
say?
Smiley, I want the best of everything. This conference is very important.
The chairman of our board is our keynote speaker.
Don't worry, Professor Cameron. Conferences are our business. Everything will be fine. I promise.
Business.
You caught that too, John.
Mr. Smiley, and what were you saying about Terry?
I just love how it's like the most important thing right now is a conference.
Yes. The big conference.
Well, I told you he hasn't had that much experience.
In fact, why don't you talk
So she was the mom from Christine?
Christine, yes.
Ah.
She wouldn't let him keep Christine at the house, and you know what happened after that?
Uh-oh.
Yep.
You're welcome, honey. Do you need any more?
Do you need any more? I hate it when Americans use the English accent. Is that right?
We'll call you on Sunday. You can talk to the whole family.
Are you a punk rocker? Oh, I get it.
So now we know the inspiration for the Joaquin Phoenix Joker makeup.
Yeah.
Oh, good call. That's what it looked like.
The Joker prequel.
Makes me so uncomfortable, Max. He's getting weirder looking every day. You know, I just don't understand why he's doing it.
Oh, me either. But if his parents can put up with him for the whole year, I guess we can take him.
A lot of gall. Because I've seen Lenny Kravitz work out.
Yes.
And he works out barefoot, wearing.
Oh, Louise, good. You've got the posters.
Yeah.
Here are the photos.
He can't say anything about other people's looks.
Good, don't they?
No, I don't trust them.
Well, she's definitely playing a character against type because it's hard to believe this is Lenny Kravitz's mom or Helen Willis from the Jeffersons.
That's true. Helen Willis was actually very nice.
Of course.
Of course, I always looked more like Tom Willis than anyone else. So, I always liked her.
I think a lot of these mainly TV actors would take these TV movies for a chance to stretch, or do something a little bit different.
I think you're absolutely right about that, Mr. Tassel, because this is a different kind. I love that they just use her acting, headshot. That's all it is.
Oh. It's the Valentine's Day half-hour special from two brothers with the same first name, Pete and Pete, caught in a bizarre love rectangle between a best friend.
I can barely tell we've gone to commercial. It's like the movie.
And a bully named Open Face. It's Valentine's Day, the
If
Pete
you
and
talk
Pete
to me,
Day.
I can't.
Be here for Pete and Pete's Valentine's Day Massacre this Friday at 7
Drink.
only on Nickelodeon.
I remember Pete. The Adventures of Pete and Pete was the first time I ever saw Iggy Pop acting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Call cousin Norman.
It's Darkwing Duck. I am a master of mystery. You can help DW solve mysteries at Pizza Hut with the Darkwing Duck.
Sunglasses and hats not included.
Oh, God.
Oh, I remember kids' pizza packs.
Mr.
Classic.
Turtle, how many licks does it take to get
How
to
many
the
licks, John?
Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by how naked that child is. Put some clothes on.
This is right. 3.
To the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop.
Let's find out. 1.
I want to know why the boy's naked.
3.
Yeah, that's always disturbed me. Can we put some clothes on the kid before we go any further here?
The world may never know.
You have to make it out of the Tootsie wrapper.
Oh, there you go.
3. There it is.
See, John knows too.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely Paul Winchell voicing the owl, Ralph. Yes. Good call. Good to hear. Taste my dagger. Man, things were so dirty back in the 90s.
So Dustin Hoffman has an action figure?
Special delivery.
Yes.
The day my kid went punk.
Okay. Okay, back to the action. Oh, poor girl.
The counselor.
Where's the counselor?
That's me.
He's getting different looking every day.
No respectable hotel would hire someone like you to take care of children. It's outrageous. I'm calling the manager.
I like him, Mommy.
What's the commotion? What's going on?
Mr. Smiley, well, this lady just came in. She's a little upset.
What's going on is that the nitwits who run this hotel have hired this delinquent to take care of children. But I've just called the manager, and she's on her way.
Well, I can tell you, madam, that I am the owner of this hotel.
Wait, the owner?
In fact, he's worked here all summer, and we've not had one complaint. So if you don't mind,
Oh,
I'll
you
ask
just
you to
did.
leave the nursery so that Terry can get started with his day.
I was told this hotel had some class. Obviously, I was mistaken.
I'm Phyllis Brooks, the manager. Can I help?
I thought I could prevail upon you to hire a proper counselor. Apparently, I cannot.
I don't use contractions. I'm too rich.
I wonder if she's the mom of the girl that liked him on the street. Now that'd be interesting.
Well, we know she's the mom of that poor little girl using the crutches.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're really sorry, Terry, scrub your face, wash that gunk out of your hair, and try looking like a normal human being.
Change yourself.
He's
Oh.
Clarence.
Oh, Odie, if only I had a lasagna.
He should make up Odie look like himself.
Oh, this hotel is.
Or Mom and Dad about to get shocked.
So glad Cameron's desk became a few days early. It's like a real vacation.
Uh-oh.
I think the nursery's right down here.
Terry will be so surprised.
Oh yeah, Terry will be surprised. Oh,
Look at Terry. That's a ridiculous Hawaiian shirt.
Mom, Dad. I wasn't expecting you until Monday.
What are you doing?
Mom and Dad is flabbergasted.
You shouldn't play dress up with the children like this, Terry. It's not a good role model.
Yeah, a clown makeup would be more appropriate.
This is my new image.
Okay.
Well, this is the way I dress now. It's my new look.
What was wrong with the old one?
Didn't go with my new music.
I look too much like Bernie Capel.
And the babes didn't like it.
Yeah.
I told you I was playing with the rock band.
I thought you said pop band.
It's the same difference. I gotta get back
Nope,
to work.
getting out of control again.
All right, we'll discuss this at lunch.
I can't. We're taking the kids to the museum for the day.
It feels very much like that.
Usually it was the guys at the club.
It feels like
Look,
they
maybe
are
you'll
very
understand this
much
better if you come out and see
condemning
our show. We're playing at the alley on Main Street.
the personal expression.
All right.
I-
We'll talk afterwards.
Like I said, the horror stories I heard as a kid until I actually saw some of the coverage later. Like really put the fear of God into you over this. It's like, come on, it's just every generation has their thing, you know?
Tell you, that's something that works a lot with kids. It's a lot easier to wear dark clothes around kids than it is light colored clothes.
Yeah. Very good point.
Like this every Friday and Saturday
What are they doing here?
Love it.
Well, there you have it. Everyone knows this entire generation will be hearing impaired from this racket they call music.
I dare say the other ones are sticking out like a sore thumb now.
Let's go.
Connection is awful.
See, look how they're getting stared at.
I don't know. That song was pretty good.
That was good. I want to hear more.
Of all of the weird not bands.
How could he do this to us?
Relax. Without the earring and the makeup, he won't look that bad.
Oh,
it's okay.
sorry. God damn.
What'd you
We
do,
have
John?
a going away party after I get back.
Good sport, kiddo.
You wanted to remind us of the transformation?
Do this to us.
Relax. Without the earring and the makeup, he won't look that bad.
No, here's the thing. I keep trying to go up and down with the volume, and it's not
And what
working.
do we do with his hair? Get him a wig?
Not a bad idea.
Tom, this is nothing
Not
to
a
joke
bad
about. My
idea.
job is on the line. Cameron is going to
Bernie Capel, you know, for an actor who spent most of his career being sexually inappropriate, it's really hard to take him as the, like, you know, the father who tells kids what to do.
Well, again, he's playing against type here, like they always want to do.
Yeah, I guess so.
How'd you like the show?
I would advise him that, you know, it could be worse. You know, his kid could look like Gopher. You know.
Oh, yeah, Dad, the best.
Honey, it's pure unadulterated noise. Now, how can you stand that stuff after playing Mozart and Puccini?
That's a good point. Why are you doing this? 80s drama using affluent people because poor people are too busy looking for food and shelter. Raphael, that's an excellent point.
It doesn't have to, Mom.
Really? Oh, well, you don't happen to be in the world all by yourself, Terry. You do have a family to consider.
I thought you always said different was okay.
Oh, I knew you'd throw that one up to me someday.
It's like last year, you dyed your hair from brown to yellow. I don't remember a family conference about it. Nobody had a fit either.
Terry, that's hardly the same thing.
Exactly. There was no shock value in what I did with my hair. Don't you know what Professor Cameron is going to say when he sees you?
Yeah, the guys were right. You know, all you care about is what other people think. You don't care about me. You never did.
What?
Terry.
Hold it, son. You know that's not true. And overawed by today's surprises. Let's sleep on it and get together in the morning.
I gotta go to work at 8.
All right, lunch.
Fine with me. I'll see about it, Dad.
That's some heavy drama right there.
That's a lot of guilt tripping.
Sweetheart.
There you go. That's the point.
Louise, I'm not being calm. I'm just trying to understand what's going on here. We've obviously failed him somehow.
Well, don't start that, okay? I'm the psychologist.
It
Terry
didn't
is
go
the
wrong.
best adjusted of the 3 kids.
Not anymore.
Very funny.
Look, it's a phase. You said so yourself. He'll grow out of it.
Before the conference?
A lot of hand gestures in this film. Not anymore.
Well, we'll just have to send him home.
What do you mean?
We can't do that. He's got a job. Remember what we taught him about being responsible?
But we can't be seen with him during the conference. We'll have to pretend we don't know him.
This is awkward. I'm looking right down her blouse.
Besides, it'll never work.
Yeah, John, I hadn't noticed. Now you drove my eyes to it.
Yes,
Oh,
Louise,
I'm
I'll
so
tell you what,
sorry.
Thelma.
Oh, that's right. No apology
Her
necessary.
eyes are up here.
Best way to handle a crisis is to face it head on.
Head on. I don't think I have.
Oh, hey, Mr. Smell.
Listen, it stopped raining, so
I chose the wrong keyword.
Yeah, I am. Going down to the corral.
Hey, I thought that was just for theater days and the makeup.
Yeah, well, it was, but I decided I like it.
Why?
It makes me look cool.
Makes you look awful. Listen, shit. You're a nice kid. Why do you make it so hard for people to see that?
See, you don't understand, Mr. Smiley. I mean, it's like looking like this. People pay
Hey, you're
attention
right. Is his
before
name
nobody
Mr.
even knows
Smiley?
why.
Got to be an easier way.
You're
Look,
Terry
see?
Warner, aren't you? Could you get us into the alley Friday night? We called, but they said it was all full.
Yeah, sure. Just come to the door and ask for me.
Great, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, if I can get the women to come after me, I'd go punk myself. That'd be great.
Oh, I don't
Here's
know,
Howard again.
but you can't
You got
hide
20
behind
minutes
this
left in the
mask
show
for
to
the
go
rest of
punk,
your
Joe.
life.
Okay.
You gotta let people see the real you sometime.
Well, this is the real me. Just change the wrapping. See you later.
See, now, if he tried rapping, that would have been something.
Yeah.
Okay. I had some horses today, huh?
Some punk horses.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Rehnquist. I just can't let Amy ride. It's too dangerous.
Oh.
But surely you have one horse that's gentle enough for her to ride.
we could strap her on.
Strapping on is a bad idea. Besides,
No
our insurance
comment.
company won't allow it, ma'am.
Oh,
Well, maybe in a little while when they all go to lunch, I'll take her around a couple times myself.
Thank you so much.
Is he going to win the mom
We'll just
over?
wait
That'd be
a bit.
nice.
Okay.
Well, he's going to be
Come on,
nice
sweetheart.
to the child.
Yeah. You do you.
That is very nice. Yes. Oh, poor little kid.
Hi, I'm Terry. Do you remember me? You know, there's some special
Mom
places in the city
bristles.
where the horses know how to handle people who can't use their legs. You could learn to ride real well. I'm sure your mom here will take you.
Of course. As soon as we get back home, we'll look into it. Thank you, young man.
I don't want to go to a special place. I want to go here with the other kids. I don't want special things in special places. I want to be like everybody else.
You know, that's funny what you said about wanting to be like everybody else. 'Cause I think being like everybody.
See, there's some heartfelt truth here.
I mean, look at me now. I've gone to a lot of trouble not to look like everyone else. And I love it. I mean, you know, even though a few people like your mom here think I'm a little wacko.
Mm?
Do you like the way I look? You mean it really with the red hair, the makeup, everything?
Oh, God, he's grooming her.
I think a little bit of green would be too much there.
I think you're beautiful.
Oh.
I think you're beautiful too. I'll tell you what. You wait here with your mommy, and I'll be back in a little while, okay?
I'm going to go get my saddle.
So, are
Wink.
you pleased with the attendance at the conference?
Very. I think we'll have close to
John
300
Weber.
people from all over the world.
Well, it sounds like your seminar's a sellout, and you've certainly been getting a lot of press coverage with your
Press
talk.
coverage.
Do you have any children?
No.
Seminar.
I mean, yes, three.
And your husband's a crisis management consultant. Have you ever used any of his techniques?
He's a
Not yet.
crisis management
Hey, Mom.
consultant? You know, as one's father is. Oh!
Oh, how embarrassing.
Joe hit the water, another geyser of spray whirled to find himself face to face with another gorilla.
Guess what I got in
Big
here?
bag of horse poop.
No, John.
What's apples?
Wait a minute.
See? You're so special. They haven't made adults just like you.
Hey,
Wait,
doesn't
how did
already
this
have
happen?
that doll?
Did they have Amazon back then?
I'm sorry about the way I carried on.
This
the
is an
other
interesting
day,
question.
But your appearance really frightened me.
Like, it's okay. Sometimes it frightens me too.
Where did this doll come from?
I know.
Wait, it's like he went back to the hotel to buy it, I guess.
And that was like.
Did he become Tom and a seamstress?
So in the hotel gift shop. All right. No. Does anybody remember how much Cabbage Patch Kids cost back in those days? It was
they
a
were
lot.
expensive because they were so popular, you know.
Yeah. I want someone to search all of the entire world and find one child who ever played with this toy and enjoyed it.
String racer. Hey, Toucan.
You all know my Kellogg's Fruit Loops.
You mean a delicious part of this complete breakfast with a day's supply of vitamin C?
Yes, with the flavors of...
See,
Back in the
Mandela
day.
effect be damned. It's always been spelled F-R-O-O-T.
They used to bother me so much.
Do you realize that there are people out there who actually think the different colors have different flavors?
They don't?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Now, this
I
was
could
back
swear
in the
the
day.
bread ones taste like strawberries.
This is back in the day when so many people would be hired to make a commercial. They don't do this anymore. But back in the day.
This
Is that
kid's
why
like,
they were so much better?
this kid's front teeth have already rotted out from eating too many Milky Ways. That's why he has to eat it like this.
Up to the side.
Oh my God! Look at the costuming on this. Holy cow!
So the commercials on a Nickelodeon program are all toys and candy.
Yep. Things containing
The problem.
You have none at all.
I want that now.
Bruce, you've inspired me to have a bottle of Hershey syrup right next to me during all the shows. So thank you.
I knew you'd be surprised. I just didn't think you'd be ashamed of me.
Well, what did you think we would be? Proud?
Oh,
Did you see the expression on the reporter's face?
Nice piece of change back then.
Hi, Mom.
Louise.
Don't you Louise me unless you can tell me how to explain
Louisey.
to 300
Oh, wait a minute, that's not her.
psychiatrists and psychologists why our son is running around looking like a freak while I'm giving a seminar on the punk syndrome and how parents can avoid it. And you. Now, why here, huh? You know how important this conference is to me, to my job.
I didn't think of that.
They were going for that sweet Julie Duffy look from Newhart.
I didn't think it mattered much what I did. I mean, you guys never paid
I didn't realize she was actually doing a seminar on the punk invasion.
Oh yeah, and like how to control it.
Yeah, okay.
Tell me about that necklace. What, Pris? What do you think of that necklace he's wearing?
It looks like something that you get out of a grocery store candy dispenser and pay about 50 cents for, which, you know, makes it punk.
Actually,
Yeah. Cracker Jack, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought this up, Terry.
Same for the earring, I assume.
Terry.
I think anything the earring is an old one that Mom wants the other one.
And I'm sorry we haven't made that clear.
As he walks towards the camera, we're all going to have to each catch Terry and then tell him how much he means to it. Oh, there he goes.
There he goes. Well, they're going to say the Mom and Terry thing for the on stage at the seminar.
Oh, yeah, it's got to happen in front of a lot of people.
Boy,
Yeah.
You really knocked me for a loop. I had no idea.
I'll tell you, Bernie likes to use his hands in this movie, doesn't he?
It's typical middle child syndrome.
I think that's why he stopped working in Hollywood.
He wanted to get our attention.
He's probably as uncomfortable with the way he looks as we are.
Well, I'm glad we worked that out.
Oh, Mom, you don't know your son very well, do you?
By the time we're ready to go home on Sunday.
Have we all ignored the fact that girls like him now?
Well, yeah, apparently they have. They just can't believe it, I guess.
Talk about how parents can avoid the punk syndrome in their teenagers.
The punk syndrome.
Your own son looks like this.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, no.
You should obviously be speaking from personal
Who's going to come to the conference now?
Now back to the studio with Charlene.
Now for Shirley and the weather. We've ruined this family's life. Now for the weather. I feel bad for the random people whose pictures are appearing on this poster.
I never allow a child of mine to go around looking like that.
Oh, we got a panel.
All right, everyone, settle down. Quiet, please.
Oh, that's just punk.
You told Terry that your parents threw you out.
That's right. I didn't take any drugs or nothing. It still didn't matter.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, well, believe it. When I came home wearing an earring, my father told me to get out and never come back again. So
My
I
goodness.
And how old are you, Hank?
I'm 21.
And you, Dylan?
14.
Yeah, my dad would have been a lot happier if I would have been a junkie. At least he could have hid that from the neighbors.
That's all they care about. Appearances. It's about other people. It's not about you.
Have you ever tried looking at it from your parents' point of view?
Why should we? They never see anything from our point of view.
But aren't you all going around looking like that just to get a rise out of the rest of us?
No, we're doing it because we like it. And it's nobody else's business but our own, how we want to look. I mean,
I'm a karma chameleon. It comes and goes. It comes and
That's why
goes.
doesn't that go for us, too?
Yeah, and all you guys went around looking weird and passing out flowers.
Hardly the same
boy,
thing.
John,
man. We preached love and peace.
We preach love and peace, and now we preach Reaganomics.
That's not true. Yeah, okay, maybe some punkers are violent, but so are some bankers and truck drivers.
Yeah, it doesn't go for all of us. Why doesn't somebody take the trouble to find out and quit lumping us all together?
Maybe it's because we're afraid of you.
I think that's very true, Dr. Warner. I know I was terrified of the thought of Terry taking care of our child, but then something happened which forced me to get to know him.
What was that?
And I'm very glad. I think he's a pretty terrific kid.
Oh,
see, you want her over?
Now, I would like to thank everyone, especially our participants, for joining us today. I had originally hoped to show parents how to keep their kids from turning punk. What I learned is that it's more important to find out why they're doing it.
It was a brilliant panel, Louise. Have you seen today's paper?
No.
I love Terry and his friends. We're the toast of the trade press.
No, that's not Lance Kerwin.
I just wanted to show you a photograph of my son, Matthew, when he was 19. That's about 3 years ago.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Well, here's the same young man. He's now 22 and a banker.
Oh, a 22-year-old banker? That's weird.
Well, some kids never change, but I just wanted to assure
In
you
other
there's
words,
always-
it's just a phase.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm sure that by next week, Terry will be back playing the violin with his school orchestra.
Well, I hope so. By the way, congratulations on an excellent seminar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, boy, that's
Thank you
seminar.
for all your help, my dear. We couldn't have done it without you.
We're about 10 attendees in that
Lynn
seminar.
was ecstatic.
Including
By
her
next
husband?
month, you'll be a full professor. Nice to see you, Tom.
Oh, thanks, Adam.
What a win for us.
Dr. Warner, I want to thank you for the most successful conference of our whole summer season.
And although I never thought I'd say this, for one of the best counselors we've ever had, you know your son's really wonderful with children.
Oh, yes, he's welcome here anytime.
Well,
Until the satanic panic.
Maybe next time we can get a photo of him in advance so we know what to expect.
Well, I don't think that'll be necessary. We had a long talk with Terry after the panel, and I think we've worked it all out.
In fact, we think he's upstairs washing that junk out of his hair right now.
I don't know.
Mom, Dad. Sorry I'm late. I was just down saying goodbye to the band. But I'm ready to go when you are.
You don't intend to drive home in that getup, do you?
Dad, look, I thought we had this out last night. This is the way I'm going to dress now.
See you later.
They will never let you into school like that, Terry.
Mom, come on. Take a look around. They're happy we show up at all.
Oh, boy. Sad electric piano. Get a dining room. Good Lord.
Perfectly gross.
Stop that, Caroline.
You know, I don't think I can hold my food down if I have to look at that every morning.
That's enough now.
Oh, my
No,
goodness.
really, Dad. Hey, it's okay. I mean, before nobody even knew I was at the breakfast table.
Oh, for the love of... This place has become like a war zone.
Now, what's wrong with him?
Where'd this come from?
With you, Craig Dierko.
He's got it.
Hold down a job, you bum.
That we treat him like
Stop
he's
killing
invisible
pilots
now.
before the show gets picked up, you
Listen to him,
creep.
that we don't care.
I think he's right. We don't pay any attention to Terry. He's always been just kind of there.
Oh, pull out another blue ribbon there, princess.
John's getting riled up.
How dare they? Poor Terry.
Mr. Warner, I see you've acquired a new look over the summer.
How do you like it?
If you were a peacock, all the hens would probably be running after you.
Well, they are.
So I'll take this as a compliment.
You'll be playing first viola. You'll be playing first cello this semester.
Professor Steinberg, you didn't assign me a position today.
I know that.
Well, why not?
Are you by any chance planning to change the way you look in the near future?
No.
Then you can't be a member of this orchestra.
What? But you said I could play first violin this year.
Not in this getup.
Well, why not?
Oh, it's an interesting look. But an orchestra is a team, and you're a distraction.
Yes, but years ago, man, they played in white wigs and white stockings.
But today we are playing in dark suits and short hair, and may I add, only the women wear makeup.
You're not being fair.
Terry, you're a bright boy. You know we can't have an audience distracted by a bizarre-looking young musician when they should be concentrating on the wondrous strains of a Bach cantata.
I don't know. Does he have an argument here?
Don't look so glum, my friend. The choice is up to you. If you choose to come back, all it will take is a bar of soap for your face and a half a haircut. Or else you can invite me to one of your gigs. I'm sure you're terrific.
Well, you know, we're a lot more tolerant in our music scene. I mean, I could be up there playing with a tuxedo and regular hair. Nobody's going to tell me I didn't fit in.
Who are you kidding? You'd probably accessorize with army boots and your tux would be 2 sizes too big.
You're probably true.
Terry, good luck. Whatever you decide to do.
Right, Jay
Don't
Underwood.
Hey, Professor.
Don't most orchestras play in pits?
Well, not a concert orchestra.
Yeah, only the pits, I think, when they're accompanying like a stage performance, I would think.
Yeah.
He's not gonna let you play, is he? It's not fair. I mean, you ought to be able to project any image that you want to the world.
Besides, you look cool now.
You know, I think he's the first person that's telling me I really can. But I can't expect to have it all. I'll make some choices.
I know one thing, I can't go work for a bank this way.
Hey!
So ludicrous.
Hey, he's got the girl
It's like
now,
the
though.
Yeah.
It's like the one time in your life where you can pretty much like present however you want to present, and they're not allowing him.
Right.
Well, this is a little bit of a compromise, I guess. Or is he taking it all off?
Okay, thank you.
Well, you know. The guy did say short hair, though, Terry.
I know, but it's pretty short.
We had a talk this morning after you left.
Man, Big Brother is stiff, ain't he?
You're right. We haven't been paying much attention to you. But it wasn't intentional, and it's not going to happen anymore.
I mean, he has Simon Le Bon's haircut. So how is the older brother on such a high horse?
Also,
You gave in to what we wanted. You never took a stand for yourself.
You might be right.
And we do care. We're just not mind readers. So if you had said something a little sooner, maybe you wouldn't have to go to such drastic extremes.
Blame the victim.
Carl, it wasn't such drastic extremes. I mean, all I did was I changed my hair and I changed my music, you know, and my look. It's not like I really flipped out on everybody.
That's debatable. Have you looked in the mirror lately? All right, look, I'm sorry. We just want you to know that we're sorry if we made you feel bad.
You're a young Republican.
Man, conditional freaking apologies are the worst.
They are. And they are, unfortunately, the coin of the realm for most families. I would say on television, but my family worked that way too.
That's scary.
Oh my God! Remember that?
Oh my God! What's this?
Mr. Spock! My search for something super chocolatey has led me here.
I've never seen this before.
Delicious cocoa pebbles. Fascinating. They're yours if you take me on the Enterprise.
Ronnie
And
Rules
according to
is
some people we know, this is now Star Trek canon.
Yeah.
Dino? Barney, my pebbles!
Wait, you're not really Mr. Spock?
A Cheetos promotion with no commotion.
Okay, we got the jump food now in. Okay.
Dig what you could be getting free. Radical geek out cards and me.
Radical.
Mr. Cheetah been around that long?
In all six, there's one in specially tagged bags of Cheetos brand.
Cheetos.
Cheese that goes. Crunch.
I'd forgotten Chester Cheetah was that old.
Yeah, I was wondering.
It was very Tex Avery.
San Jose, California. The Kid. Westlake, Ohio. In just 3 minutes, he bagged all this booty and Nickelodeon.
All this booty.
Oh.
You know, most of these kids have kids now. Just saying.
Well, some maybe have grandkids.
It's true.
And how much? Find out in the Ozone Thursday. Brought to you by Pop Secret Pop Quiz, KB Toy Stores, and the place where only kids win, Nickelodeon.
Toys, sugared cereal, and candy. And Cheetos.
Action figures not included. Don't even think about it. That's a good point, Atkinson. That was some serious retro trekking there.
Stone Age trick. Oh, we must get toward the end of the show because they're starting to repeat the commercials.
Oh, I think you're right.
And the day my kid went.
Yeah, we're really close to the end here.
Okay.
Oh, what's he gonna do?
It's gonna make a stand.
Honestly, why not be in the other band instead?
Well, clearly he enjoys playing his classical.
Yeah, true.
You just say he's dressed
Or
as
just get
Mozart or something.
You can calm down. That's all.
I think we had kids doing that when I went to school.
Really?
Yeah, they would still wear the black pants and the white shirt, but, you know, they still had their haircuts. Oh.
Maybe the orchestra leader will come around.
Yeah, I jumped up on that stage like a punk.
I thought he looked more like Patrick Swayze from Dirty Dancing, but okay.
See? That's an important difference, and we can respect that.
Yes.
If he goes back to classical violin, he can go to school.
He wants to play the violin. I think that's what this is all about.
I wish I had this family's problem.
Until he finishes college, it doesn't matter anyway.
Classical
violinist has to matter.
Let's all argue about it, Mike. He's not even here.
It's nice that you're all interested in what I should be doing, but I think I was better off before when nobody paid attention to me.
What do you mean by that?
Hey, hold on.
I love that you all care, but it's my life, and I've got to make my own choices.
We're just trying to give you the benefit of our input.
I know that, Dad, and I do. I appreciate it.
By shouting at you.
But I've done a lot of thinking, and I know that I have to make my decisions not because I want to please you or because I want your attention, but because they're right for me. So for now,
yes.
I'm going to stick to playing rock.
Hooray.
Oh, boy. I hope that's okay with you.
She thought it was creepy looking.
Professor Steinberg, he says I can come back and join the orchestra anytime I want. And I figured it would be a lot easier to pick up the violin later than to try to be a rock star at age 50.
Well, I don't know if I can listen to that music for another 30 years.
Oh, now flashbacks. It's all that acid.
Hey, where'd this come from?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I think we lost the end.
Oh, yeah, so we go on to something else?
What the?
That's a little bonus.
Okay.
Terrible. I'm so sorry.
So in my ending for this is a happy ending. The kid stays punk, and the mom and dad go out and buy a much larger dining room table so people have room, and maybe they're not just all up in each other's faces in business all the time.
I think it's a great ending, Pris, and that way if they swing their hands over the place, they don't hit each other either.
Exactly.
I guess he must have just clumsily cut off the end credits or something. Because I think it was pretty much done. He was thinking, hey, I'm just gonna be me,
I guess so. I could look up another recording and see if the ending's on that, or we could just cut our losses.
I think I wouldn't even call it cutting our losses, John. I'd say, like Pris did, let's just make up our own happy endings,
It's like a choose your own adventure.
Exactly.
I like that too. That definitely works for me. And Raphael has his own version where they're abducted by aliens, and that's good too.
See, that's good. I like that.
I don't think there are any bad endings to this story.
Well, actually, here's the ending that we're overlooking, the obvious one.
Yeah.
He went to the window upstairs and flew away.
See, he's the boy who could fly.
That's right.
Jay Underwood.
I was wondering why he looked familiar.
Jay Underwood did a ton of work. Now, for a while, Jay Underwood and I had the same commercial agent.
Oh.
And he was trying, like he married very young, and he and his wife, they had 7 kids.
Wow.
Did they not have TV?
Line of the show right there. And Jay, I heard, so my agent said, Jay Underwood, who you may know, and I'm like, oh, of course, because I know, all of the, character actors, and I love knowing actors. She said he made me promise that I would be able to get him work, because the only other career that he's interested in is being a minister. And so Jay has been doing acting. He's had a toe in over the years, and there's a lot of casting people and directors who like him. So he does get a job. I think he maintains his insurance. I think that's how often he gets acting work. And he's a minister. He had his own church for a little while, but now I think he's one of the ministers at the Burbank First Baptist Church. If I remember.
Is he a punk minister?
He is not.
Oh,
no, he's very conventional as a minister, but also he was Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, in the Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, you're right. Oh, how horrible.
Yeah. And that's absolutely true. John Atkinson, Brian Kerwin did the same thing. He also went into the ministry. I mean, my mom was a minister, and the distance between actor and minister is not a long distance.
That's
very
interesting.
easy.
I have ministers and preachers on both sides of my family. My dad's dad was a revival tent preacher back in the 30s.
Oh my God.
And I still have one of his pamphlets where he talks about he is no longer under the devil's influence, and he now spreads the word of the Lord.
There's a big post, drinking of the John Barleycorn, rolling of the evil bones. You could really get a long way in the ministry, leaving all that behind you. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to send you the scan that I made of it. It's pretty bizarre.
So, Pris, what have you been up to lately? We didn't give you any real interview at the beginning of the show. How's by you?
I've been doing a lot of community work, and not because I have to.
Oh.
No, it's because you're an activist, not because
Exactly.
not because you're working off hours.
No, I did that years ago. I completed my community service years ago. So now I get to do the community service that I want to do.
Well, that's
so
good.
Let me think. I've been doing a lot of things with my Indigenous community. I have a show coming up on the 23rd at the Chapter House. It's already sold out.
Oh,
and Oni and I, mostly Oni, has been doing wrestling training at Everybody Gym for the past couple of months, and they recently had their first student show, which was also sold out.
Oh, wow.
And they raised over $500.
Oh my gosh.
Very nice.
Yes. So unfortunately, your mic dropped out, darling. Right at the end there.
Because the government's listening.
Yes, that's exactly why. You'll notice when she starts talking about, all the community work she does, that's when the thing starts freezing up.
Is it a coincidence? I think not.
Now, were you, Pris, were you doing wrestling commentary for that big show, that big money raiser?
That's what they call it. What a maneuver.
I have done wrestling commentary with Pris, and it is a joy. It is an absolute joy. The color commentary that she provides is all the color commentary you need.
You'll enjoy this because I was doing color commentary. Your voice gets you need some moisture. So
Yeah.
I was having a personal contest with myself onto how many pieces of gum I could have in my mouth at the same time.
Oh, break any records?
I was at 12 until my TMJ really kicked in.
Oh, man. Brutal. All right. Well, my friends. That's a great question. And unfortunately, I don't think it does.
I was wondering the same thing. That's a shame. I'd love to see some of that archival footage.
Yeah. I don't think we ever got any record of that. Did we, Pris?
I don't know.
Yeah. Something to go
Or
look
do
into.
I?
Did you ever now we would have you do commentary sometimes at Alpha Omega Wrestling, right?
Yeah, I've done commentary off and on over the years at several Southern California shows. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't recall us doing it where we recorded it. But hey, we can always find making it real. Oh, it sounds like fun, Raphael. Oh, it's not. Hey, let's talk about next week. Next week on this here show of Retro Rangers, we will be welcoming back yet another one of our friends of the show. This will be Chris Regan joining us. And of course, this beautiful artwork done by Mr. Townsell.
Well, thank you, sir. And like I said, my favorite part of it is the beard on the puppet that is, I guess, supposed to look like you. I'm guessing.
So Joe added the beard to the puppet so it would look more like me.
Well, of course.
Because he's an artist. And that's what an artist would do.
And John was so complimentary and telling me that I really didn't need to do a whole lot for myself because I kind of look like the guy that played the part originally. I tell you, a compliment. Thank you.
Joe Townsell and Richard Basehart, pretty much two sides of the same coin, as far as I'm concerned.
But we will be looking at Irwin Allen generally, but specifically an episode I've never seen, but John has told me he loves. Episode called "The Deadly Dolls" from Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
I remember seeing it as a high schooler. I think I was like a sophomore or something. And it was a big moment for me to go, wait, some television is just absolute garbage. So I'm one of those kids who just grew up, hey, if it's on television, it must be the best thing ever. And when I saw The Deadly Dolls from Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, I was like, wait, maybe this is terrible. Now, David Hedison, which one was David Hedison? Was he the guy I'm supposed to be? I think he is.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So David Hedison, unfortunately, got dressed down so that he would look like me. Also, coming up this Thursday on the Web O Mystery is one of the fantastic radio shows that I insist everyone listen to at least once in their lifetime. And that would be Three Skeleton Key. We're going to hear a version I'm not familiar with, starring Vincent Price. So there's a lot here.
There's a lot of Vincent Price this week generally, which is great.
Yes, that's right. Oh my God. Oh, How did we not figure that out for Retro Trekkers, Joe?
Oh, I don't know. We should have got him in there somehow.
I'm excited about this. I've never even heard of this before.
It gets in your head. This one is creepy. I literally will like grip onto something with white knuckles while I'm listening to this one.
Chris, I'm going to officially and cordially invite you to join me and everyone else in the audience for this special Webbo mystery presentation.
And let's see. So that only leaves us to tell you about next Saturday. And this actually is a very sweet, sentimental, beautiful episode, honestly, of Deep Space Nine, featuring the recently departed and much loved Tony Todd. There's so many great things about this episode, but one of them is an absolutely beautiful performance by Tony Todd. We will not be doing, Joe and I had this conversation yesterday. We're probably not going to be doing our usual wisecracking approach because it is a very sweet show. But watch it with us. It will be it'll be nice. We'll have a lot of watching Chris swing from that.
I've been enjoying it all episode long tonight. And we will have an opportunity to have a little bit of levity when we look at some of Tony Todd's other work.
There's going to be levity. There's definitely going to be levity, but there will be a lot of respect and a lot of celebration of what a unique talent Tony Todd was and how lucky we sci-fi and horror fans are that he did so much genre work that we can enjoy. So that'll be very sweet. That's coming up next Saturday. And of course, next week, you got to be here for the Deadly Dolls. Oh, okay.
I just love that John doll. We need to put that in production. There's our merch right there. The John doll.
the Tickle Me Weber.
Ooh, like the sound of that.
Okay, here we are. Always so slow to end the show because it's such a good time. And I absolutely agree, Raphael. You have to admire a lady who chugs Hershey's syrup. It is such a treat to have you on the show, Pris. Thank you so much for joining us.
And your syrup, of course.
It's my
John, I
bestie.
hate to sound self-serving, but did you want to run a commercial, perhaps?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. And we want to hear what you think, Pris, of this commercial. Have you never seen it before? We want to hear it. We're going to press you to review this commercial. Here we go.
And bizarre and dark. Bizarre and dark.
That
Dark
Dan
and bizarre. You ain't leaving with all you brought. You brought hopeless and helpless. Chained to a wall. The blade's getting closer. The open grave calls. Why, oh why did I read those words? My damnation's infernal. I thought Joe couldn't steal my soul, but horror springs eternal.
You like
I've paid to see bands that sounded worse than that.
High praise. It's all John too. He's the creative mastermind behind these spots.
Hey man, I have to give credit.
Very much enjoyed that.
Thank you. I have to give credit, as John Atkinson did earlier, to Suno, the AI app that I instructed to make that song. I cannot take any musical credit, just some lyrics and good describing.
Hey, that's no small feat.
You're being courteous to our future overlords.
That's good self-preservation, isn't it, Pris?
Can I tell you? I say please and thank you whenever I write things for AI. I literally do. It feels wrong to not say please and thank you to AI. It really does.
always ask Alexa how her day is going.
Oh, I've never done that. What a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
Does she seem appreciative?
She does. Sometimes she tells me what her current favorite song is, and sometimes she tries to sell me Crocs, which
Well, I mean, AI is here. It's going to be with us from now on, so I will accept that. I wrote a book about it actually called Made to Order, as you may recall.
Yes.
But in my real time life, I have to say I'm less AI and more NS, which stands for natural stupidity. So.
I love your artwork, Joe, and I think it would be very different if you weren't doing your artwork. So I love that I have you as an artist for our various projects, but neither you nor I are musicians, so that's usually where I come up with, well, I got to make the robot write the song.
That's quite all right. It's a tool, not a competitor.
John Atkinson says, from how is your day to selling Crocs? What a leap. Raphael says, and some people claim to hear voices in their homes. It's just Alexa.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have a like a hotline that you could call, and I would be at the other end of the hotline. And you call the hotline if you think there's a ghost in your house. If you're hearing like weird, mysterious voices. And I'd be on the other end of the hotline, and this is what I would ask you. Do you have a cat? Well, then I don't care how weird that sound is. It's the cat.
The amount of times it's usually raccoons.
Oh, sure. It could be raccoons. Yeah. Yeah. In our old house, it was frequently possums or opossums or whatever you call them.
Well, I've got possums and cats and raccoons, above me too. Either that or just my upstairs neighbors. One of the two. But
who's been dead for 10 years?
Oh no. Now who's scaring who?
I love it. Atkinson spent the day making operatic protest songs for the new administration using Suno AI. Does anybody remember, and I swear this only happened like 7 months ago, when X, Twitter, came up with Grok AI. They introduced Grok, and Grok, the more it listened to people and read, and the more it took in, the more it realized that Donald Trump would make a terrible president. And then, they unplugged it. They basically took it all down because it was going too liberal.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think they probably took it out back and made it, like smoke a whole pack of cigarettes and then listen to the Joe Rogan Experience to try to man it up again. I don't know. I don't know anything. All I know is I hate ending the show, but we should end the show. Pris, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a delight.
Always my pleasure.
Always a delight to have you, Pris, and please come back often and soon.
I will, except next time I'll let you both know that I'm on my way so I don't creep you out.
Never.
Never. Please. Drop in anytime. And
all right, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mr. Townsell, sir, always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Captain. I appreciate it, Mr. Weber, and looking forward Thursday to Mr. Weber's Webble Mystery. It's going to be a great one.
It's going to be a great one. Raphael, thank you for joining us. John, thank you so much for joining us. Anybody who is not accounted for, I think we had Strode.
We had Strode at some point.
Yes, I'm sorry, Showed.
Yeah, I made the same mistake. But anyone who watched tonight and will watch later, we do thank you.
Yes, if you're watching this, oh, God bless you. Thank you so much. All right, that's going to be it. Let's hit the end credits. Thanks, everybody. See you next week for Irwin Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Grab your popcorn, warm up your TV. Capt'n John, Cmdr, Joe got something to see. We're all back in time to the golden past with the Retro Ranger. Oh, it's such a blast. We're flying high with the Retro Ranger. Ranger, give it a try and don't be a stranger. Ranger, strap yourself in for a fun-filled flight. Retro Rangers are flying